return rate. We want to go now to Liberal Senator James Paterson, who is in our Canberra studio for us this morning. Senator, thank you very much for joining us this morning.
My pleasure.
You put forward an alternative bill to Parliament which expresses more religious protections, but some would say more, I suppose, personal discrimination.
Well, first of all, can I say I've got my fingers crossed here in Canberra for a yes vote. I was proud to vote yes. I've been on the record supporting same-sex marriage since June 2011. But if there is a yes vote, there'll still be many Australians who voted no, and we're not a winner-takes-all society. We shouldn't forget what those other our fellow Australians feel as well, and they deserve to have their freedoms and their liberties protected just as much as anyone else.
Senator, you say that you have your fingers crossed. What would you say, though, to people who accuse you of pandering to the really conservative part of the Liberal Party?
Well, all I can say is that I've been consistent on this issue for 6 years. In fact, I've been in favour of same-sex marriage for a longer period of time than some of the people who are attacking me now for my stance on same-sex marriage. But I've always said that we can both have same-sex marriage and religious freedom, freedom of speech, freedom of conscience, and things like parents' right to choose how their children are educated.
So, James, just take us through what you're actually proposing, because some people have called this the sort of John Hewson GST birthday cake moment. You're saying that businesses will be allowed to decline serving gay people. So, for example, a baker baking a wedding cake for a same-sex marriage would have the right to refuse that if he didn't believe in same-sex marriage. Is that right?
Well, it's sort of right, Joe. What the bill creates is a very limited right of conscientious objection. That means you can't be compelled to participate in a wedding that's against your values. So no one can force you to provide services to a wedding that's inconsistent with your values. Senator, we'll have to cut
you off there. I'm so sorry. We need to go to
worries.
the announcement live in Canberra. Yes, we do appreciate it. We'll see you soon. We want to go back now to Liberal Senator James Paterson in our Canberra studio, who we had to interrupt for the big announcement. Senator, it was an overwhelming yes vote. The people have spoken. Will this now, do you think, be passed before Christmas? Will we get it done as a country?
It's a great result. I'm delighted. For a long time, gay Australians should have had the right to marry. Now they will. And absolutely, the Parliament is going to get down to business straight away to make sure this has happened. I won't be leaving Canberra until it's done, and I guarantee it'll be done before Christmas.
And James, can you just tell us what sort of form this bill will take? Will there be a piece of legislation that says, right, same-sex marriage is now legal, and then we'll deal with the other protections later on? Or will it be wrapped up in a bill like yours or the previous bill that was put out by your colleague that basically says has all these caveats attached to it? So in other words, it'll be same-sex marriage will be legal, but it will come with these protections, religious protections, or the ability to discriminate depending on what people call it.
Yeah, Joe, I don't care whose name is on the bill that passes at the end. All I care is it's the bill that first legalises same-sex marriage and two, has sufficient protection for people's freedoms in there. And I'm absolutely confident the Parliament can do that. There is really goodwill in the Parliament to get this done, get it done right and get it done quickly. So I think a bill with robust protections will pass. Who knows whose name will be on it? That's not the biggest issue here. The biggest issue is it's the right bill that passes.
All right, Senator, thank you very much for your time this morning. We do appreciate it.
Cheers.
We want to go back to that big yes event in Sydney where Magda Zabanski is making a pretty impassioned